girls. Matt just told me. Be quick. Be quick. All right, so we can go hang out. So I'm going to grab my Junk Monkey paint, my acrylic painter set. Hello, beautiful people. I put out a post earlier and I said, and by the way, let's enjoy I do love it when we break open a brand new spanking pack. Oh, the excitement. I have all these cans full of paint and yeah, I think I just need to go now at this point. I've been squeezing what I can. It's been like all these little toothpaste containers and you just have a little bit left in each one. So I am going to break open a fresh one. By the way, speaking of break, I managed to break myself. What do you think of this lovely thing that I have going on here? Uh, okay. You think by now you would know yourself and know your fingers. Not always the case. So I went thrifting today. By the way, have you been enjoying my latest thrift videos? Oh my gosh. Well, I found a spot today, and I kid you not, I found the most amazing pieces. Look at these pieces I got, guys. Couldn't believe it. I only paid $2 a piece for these guys at the register. Unbelievable. They actually say on the back, they have these stickers that say made in Italy. I don't know, I just thought they were amazing. Now they do have like some marks overall inside of them, and I wonder if that's why they were marked so cheap, but the whole store was cheap. I'll tell you about that in a second. But do you see how it has, so I have three of them, and of course the painter, the creative in me is like, for somebody else, just a little rub like that, if you can see it on here, that might be bothersome, but I thought, what a beautiful canvas this would be. And they're wood. They're wood. They're gorgeous. So I was like, I could decoupage something, I could paint something in here, or I could just leave it as is. I could put a little rub and buff over it. But tonight I wanted to experiment because I thought, let me see if this will hang on here. Can you guys see that there? Can you see? Say hello as you're popping on. Um, yeah. Is anybody out there painting anymore? Like, let me know. I put out a call on my Facebook page and I'm like, hey, anybody want to go painting tonight? And nobody said anything. So I'm like, maybe we're still just not painting. We saw a shift that happened right after the pandemic. And I don't think the arts and crafts world has quite recovered. We just spent so much time doing things indoors during that time period that when we came out, it just never, we were like, nope, okay, I'm done with it. RIP Joann's. Did anybody get into Joann's before they closed up? I don't know if mine here locally is done. I got in during the time they were doing sales, but honestly, it wasn't like a great sale. So I got a few things though, and I never had a chance to go back. But tell me if you, is your Joann's closed? Are they officially done? I truly don't know. I don't know. Anyhow, look at this. How good of a friend am I? I saved the part where we clean out the paint dish together. And if you know the pleasure, okay, that comes from just scooping out all your paint, just like that. So I'm thinking about just doing some really rustic rosettes on this piece. All right, are we good? I think we're good, right? Feel like we're good. I think tomorrow I'm going to just take the day and organize all my paint stuff because, oh my goodness, I also thrifted this lovely easel, and I do love it. Tonight is the first time I'm actually using this on the second. So somebody put on it, like it has this base down here that I usually put my big paintings on. But then it has this little guy up here. So, and it's at the perfect height because, as I can't get my big finger through here. Um, you can stand up and you can work on some smaller ones. And it is nice to stand up when you paint because you can just kind of be loosey-goosey. Look at me being all loosey-goosey. So we're going to do some raw umber. So what is everybody doing? Like, tell me, seriously, what are we doing out there for fun and hobbies and, keeping ourselves sane right now? Let me know. This was raw umber, which is a really nice brown. I'm going to put down. I definitely need some of this beautiful green. It's called Hooker's Green, and it is like a really foliage color. You can kind of see on the front right here. So we're going to pour some of that out there. But yeah, tell me, what are we doing these days? How is everybody just staying busy? You know, trying to just get some pleasure and enjoyment. I will tell you, this is Viridian I'm using right here. It's a really pretty vivid blue green. All right, what else do I need? Let's do some yellow ochre. So it's been a weird, just spring, winter for us. You guys know, I mean, I did videos, you know, way back when in November our snow started. It kept on going. I kid you not, we had snow I'm pretty sure we had snow last month in May. We had, you know, frost warnings in the area. Oh my gosh, it was long. It was horrendous. The horrors persist, and so do I. And now we're dealing with some smoke from Canada and, you know, with the wildfires. And oh my gosh, it has just been, I hope we have a nice summer. I really do. I think we all need it for our mental health at this point. Tell me if you're East Coast and you've been just, this is titanium white. You've been feeling the, you know, the effects of the weather. I need the vitamin D. You know, I think I'm going to do, maybe I should put a little more white because I'm thinking I might do some white flowers. So I feel like that could be good. And maybe I'll use a little bit of the lemon yellow because sometimes you just want some brighter parts. We'll see. We'll see what we get into here. And then I'm also going to pull out some burnt sienna, which is like an orange. I don't know. I'm just picturing in my brain some twigs, you know, a little twig. And then some flowers. But I might go white with the flowers. Let's see here. What do I want to do? I'm just kind of mapping it out here with my brain. My giant laser pointer right here. Seriously, make a grown woman cry. I broke the tip of my finger in a bathroom stall door. And I don't know what it was, but my body was just like not to like retract your finger fast enough. I thought I knew my body at this point of life, you know, that you would know how long your fingers are and all that sort of stuff. No, stuff happens. Stuff really happens. All right, so this is my palette right here. Matt just made us some, let me move my mess, some amazing supper. At supper at like 10 o'clock at night. Sometimes you do that. That's okay. And now I'm wired because, you know, I ate the food and now I'm up on the go. So tell me how you're doing. I need to find a skinny brush. Let's see what my skinny one is here because I want to start off with just like just create a background. Do I want that one? Maybe not. Do I have another smaller one? Maybe so. I like to dip it in some water as well. I almost need to bring like my stuff up right here so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe tomorrow I will. I'm going to reset up my studio tomorrow. If I put black on here, can you really see it? This is kind of like a really dark lacquer, so it might be okay as is. I'm not going to worry about it, but let's go ahead and grab a little bit. Let me pull this up here. Take a little bit of this darker brown and maybe a little bit of the yellow as well, the yellow ochre. And as I mix it all up, kind of like thinking, I mean, this tray could get put anywhere. So I'm pretty cool with like this not being a canvas, rather, you know, I wanted to be able to be switched around. So with that said, I'm just going to go willy-nilly. Okay. I'm going to create just a background here, something. Oh, that's where that squiggly stuff was. So we should definitely take out the parts that look kind of, you know, twiggy. Getting twiggy with it. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. All right, now I'm going to go over with my little bit green, loosey-goosey. Like I said, this tray could get turned around different ways. So really just kind of going all over. All right. These are some leaves. Maybe I'll put a flower there, flower there. We don't know yet. We don't know. I am going to put a little bit of white in here because that will make my leaves feel kind of two-tone. Two-tone in it. Oh my gosh, there's so many mosquitoes out. I put that video up on Facebook earlier and I'm like, oh my gosh, those people are going to see this. Literally, there's a fly here now. What are you doing, sir? Come on. I'm not. Oh my God. Do you see this dude? All right, it's okay. Everybody needs a buddy. Everybody needs a buddy. You can watch me paint. Are you trapped in here now, sir, and you can't figure out how to get out? Oh my gosh. All right, I'll help him. But oh my gosh, are the bugs out tonight? Holy smokes, are the bugs out tonight? I'm like, we're going to get eaten alive. I lived a portion of my life in the way upper part of the province. And oh my gosh, the flies were so bad. And tonight it was reminding me of it. I swear. All right, so I'm just kind of like making this very, we can put some more in a minute once we figure out where we're going to be. But right now, look, I got a new pet. I mean, seriously. I am like Snow White over here now. Like Snow White. Okay, I kind of like that. Do you see that? Literally, these are just markings. Just markings so that wherever you put the tray, might even need a little bit right there. Squiggly, squiggly. Okay, I like that. Now, I'm going to probably need another brush to start to fill in. This time I'm going to need a bigger brush. I need a big floppy brush. I'm going to have to go and treat myself to some new brushes, That's fun when you get a new brush. Let me see what this brush is like. Is he too pointy and too stiff? I really need one that's just like blobby, blobby. I shall call you Bobby. Okay, I'll use you. All right, there we go. Okay, we're going to dab that off a little bit. Now, see, I'm going to do some white flowers on this one, and the other two, I'll probably do different colors. But one trick I've learned is that this paint is still wet. So once I go ahead and I put my white down to begin the flowers, it'll pick up a little bit of that. And as a result, I will get like an off white. And then when I'm ready, I can come over it again with a fresh white, and it will give me some layers, right? So I'm just going to go here. I think I'm just going to go blobby blobby right here. Just like that. Just like that. And I'm using titanium white. This feels like this could be something right in here. In that little part. And maybe right here. Could just do a little blob. Like, hey, he's just growing in right there. He's just a little wee lad. Put a few little kind of like dots. And if it picks up the color, that's good. That's very good. Do I feel like I need one up here? What do you think? Can you see that? I'll bring it in close in a second. Let's put one up here because I think that'd be kind of funny. Funny or fun? Definitely fun. All right. I like that. So you see it's starting to pick up. I'm going to make sure they're big enough because when I come in again to go over this, I want them to have some of that color wide enough on the outside, right? Say yes if you know what I mean. If I put one there, I feel like that'd be too weird. But remember, what we can do is go back into some green. So as we start to put our flowers in place, we can then go like, okay, that we just can't have that flower and it not have a stem, like a leaf here. So we can fix that. That's easy. Kind of like that. That's pretty. I'm really liking that. Right there might need something. And then I feel like there could be maybe a little white one right here. Right now it's kind of greenish color. And that's okay. And let's do a little bit right there. What is that? We don't know. Do we care? No, as long as we love it. See, that's what's fun when you paint really abstract, is that now I got a little floating area right there. Do I want to put something there? Maybe just a stroke. Like that. Okay, we'll go with that. I gotta fix that up a little bit. But when you do paint very loosely, what happens is, you know, your eye is a beautiful thing. Your brain is a beautiful thing, I should say. And that is because it will begin. I'm thinking about putting one right here. I feel like I need something right there. Maybe I'll make this petal a bit bigger. Your brain is a beautiful thing. And so what happens is it starts to fill things in, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's why I love to paint like shabby. Do not fall and get furries. Do not fall and get furries. All right, so that's kind of pretty. I like that a little bit right there. Tell me what you're thinking. Now, I've got some blue in here. This is the Viridian. So if I want, I can just bring in a little more color in a few little spaces. Is there any parts that I want to just put in, you know, a little something, something, a little something, something, you know, we all need a little something, something every now and then. That's kind of pretty. All right, I love that. Bring it out. I don't want to just keep it right here. I want to bring it out. I really like that. Now down here, we got a leaf that's just kind of floating there. And I'm okay with that too. Make a little, what is that, a branch? Possibly. Possibly. Maybe come down here with something. Okay. All right. And maybe right here. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to go back over these flowers in a little moment. But first, I want to go grab another brush. It's nice and fresh. And in the center of flowers, you always see, you know, the parts, right? So you can look in and you see this is where the bees love to sit and do their thing. And so now we can take a little bit of this ochre color. And remember, we didn't just put it one place. We actually start it in the background. So you'll see like there's a little bit, like a little nod to it here and there. Oh, I like that. A little bit over here. That's pretty. Let's put a little bit of that orange brown in the center. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to make it feel like that's all the workings of the flower in there. But this place I went to today, guys, I put a little bit of that color somewhere else as well. Where we went to today, I couldn't believe it. I saw, you will see in my video tomorrow, this place ended up having like, I kid you not, coffee tables for $2, dressers for, I need more fluffy brushes. Somebody help me find a fluffy brush. You know, I don't ask for much. I just need a fluffy brush. And it's not like I don't have a million of them. But the problem is, where are you two? Like, no, you're flat. See, this one's flat, right? And this one here is nice, but actually, you know what? Maybe we'll make use of that and we'll see how he does. But I need something a little more floppy. That's just this my needs. That's my, you know, some of us ask for green M&Ms and some of us ask for just fluffy brushes. But anyway, this place was amazing. I could not believe the prices. That's pretty. Make a few little, like they're opening up. So yeah, the trick when you're doing this is to do, especially with white, and you're like, well, how is it I'm gonna feel like my roses are opening? Well, you do that so they don't just become one white blob. My trick is always to put down a darker with your white, you know, it'll mix in with the colors of your background. And then that way, yeah, the top colors just turn into a much more solid white, right? What do you think? Don't want to touch it too much, you know, as I touch it, because, you know, it's a thing. You can't stop touching. All right, like that, like that. Just gonna put a little more white right there. Make my leaves. But I felt like I walked in a time warp today. Could not believe it. Like, yeah, finding these for $2. Okay, that's kind of weird because that leaf is just out like that. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to do that. There we go. Join up. Join up. All right, that's fun. I like that. Now I could take a little bit of black. I should probably do that, huh? Did you say yes, that I should? I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here in a second. So this is, I want to do it so that the tray can be somewhere, but it can be any direction and work just beautifully. But I'm going to take a little bit of my lamp black right here, this one. And what I can do as well is I put a little bit on my tray, tiny itty bitty dab right there. And then I'm just gonna need a smaller brush. I gotta dig out all my little itty bitty brushes because I don't know where they all went. But I can also come in here and just help, you know, draw it a center a little bit. There we go. I love that. I love that a lot. And if I put that color somewhere, even if it is black, I'm going to put it somewhere else because you just can't have it one place. Does not work like that. And I love that. I'm going to leave that as is. And she is just a very loosey-goosey floral expression. Tell me if you like my floral expression. If I want to make these, like, make them feel like they're opening, I can add a few little tails. Like tails, 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 like that. You know, just to make them kind of more open. And this is where you just get to have the fun and do that. Add some motion. You guys have always said your flowers are so expressive. Seriously, you can come in and you can create the motion after the fact. That's pretty. That's really, 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 really pretty. Let's see here. All right. I love it. Tell me if you love it too. There is my floral expression tonight on my thrifted frame for $2. $2 make you holla. Love that. So now I think I'm going to do the other two, but I'm going to do those in the morning. So let me know if you want to join me tomorrow morning. We'll do coffee and probably paint the other two, get them ready for sale. But I think it's amazing when you learn to paint a few things that you can take stuff that might have issues with it, you know, to the eye, and they're not perfect, and that's okay. So then you can go ahead and just kind of spruce them up, do your thing, and before you know it, they're beautiful. Like it takes on a whole other look, right? I'm okay with these. If they had chips and things like that, the most I can see is that they've just got some rubs over that, you know, shellacked um, covering. But yeah, pretty happy with that. So thank you guys for joining me. I will see you tomorrow. I intend to come back on live again tomorrow. Our shop opens at 11, so you might see me like around 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. And once we get the shop opened, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint the other two and get them finished. So I think it's going to be good. All right. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful evening and a beautiful night. Please don't break any body parts. This is your PSA for the day. And I'll see you tomorrow. We'll have some tea or coffee. Most likely coffee. And I'll see you in the morning. Bye, guys. Are you sure you want to end your stream? Well, I'm kind of going to have to. Ooh, let me see if I can get you guys kind of backwards to me. But yay, love.